Your end of chapter questions relating to introduction to financial statement analysis. Question number 1. Providing information about performance and financial position of a company or companies so that users can make economic decision best describes the role of what? It's about financial statement preparation. It is not auditing. We haven't yet worked our magic. No financial statement analysis has been done. It is financial reporting. The role of financial statement analysis is to evaluate the financial reports. But here we are talking about the preparation of financial statements. So that's B. Next. Which of the following best describes the role of financial statement analysis? Which of the following best describes the role of financial statement analysis, FSA? To provide information about the company's performance? No, that is financial reporting. To provide information about company's changes in financial position over the period? Financial reporting. To form expectations about the company's future performance and financial position. Financial statement analysis is future oriented, directed towards the future. So that is true. C is the right option. Next. The role of financial statement analysis is best described as financial statement analysis. Remember, FSA. We are looking for the statement that is the best. Providing information useful for making investment decisions. Providing information. This could be financial reporting. Evaluating a company based upon financial statement for the purpose of making economic decisions. Looks to be a better option. Using financial reports prepared by the analyst to make economic decision. You are focusing here on use of the financial reports. It's not the financial statement analysis itself. Making use of the financial reports to make the economic decision, this is not FSA. So we are stuck with A and B, and comparing A and B, B appears to be a much better option. Evaluating a company for the purpose of making economic decision, this is FSA. Financial statement analysis. This is the best option, so that's why B is the right answer. A company's financial position would best be evaluated using what? Financial position. It's from the statement of financial position, and that's the balance sheet. From income statement, we assess the results of operations, profitability. From statement of cash flows, the sources and the uses of cash. So financial position, we need to look for balance sheet. That makes A to be the correct option. A company's profitability for a period, profitability, would best be evaluated using income statement. Correct, straightforward question, no twist whatsoever. The financial statement that presents the shareholders' residual claim on assets is residual claim. We know assets is equal to liabilities plus equity, and equity is equal to assets minus liabilities. And where do we find all these? Of course, balance sheet. Assets, liabilities, and equity is the residual claim. So it is reported on the balance sheet. That makes A to be the correct option. A company's profitability over a period of time is best evaluated using income statement. See, very straightforward, no twist whatsoever. Income statement is best used to evaluate companies' what? Financial position. For this we have balance sheet or statement of financial position. Sources of cash flows, that is the statement of cash flows. Financial results from business activities, that is right. C. Accounting policies, methods, estimates used in preparing financial statements are most likely to be found where? Not in the auditor's report, not in the management's commentary. It is to be found notes to the financial statements, and as I said, they are an integral part of your financial statements. Question number 10. Information about management and directors' compensation are least likely to be found where? In the proxy statement, yes. Notes to financial statement, yes. Some aspects of management compensation are required to be disclosed under the law in the notes to financial statements. And proxy statement that we file with the SEC, there has to be a disclosure made about the management compensation, those directors or managers that are going to be appointed through the voting of shareholders. So yes, in B and C, yes, but not in the auditor's report. So that makes A to be the correct option. Information about company's objectives, company's strategies, and significant risks are most likely to be found where? Not the auditor's report, notes in the notes, rather it's found in the part of management commentary, MDA, correct? Which of the following best describes why the notes that accompany the financial statements are required? Why notes are required? Notes, why? They are integral part. The notes permit flexibility in financial, no, notes, I just told you a little while earlier, notes cannot be used to justify inappropriate presentation. Notes cannot be used to correct a wrong figure on the face of financial statements, balance sheet or income statements. Notes just explain. They amplify the contents of financial statement, and that is their main purpose. So they do not allow you the flexibility. They just allow you to disclose, describe, explain, amplify what is there in the financial statements. Wrong. Standardized financial reporting across companies. Notes do not standardize. Notes are just supplementary information on the financial statement. So they do not standardize. Rather, IFRS and US GAAP, these are the regimes that standardize the financial reporting across companies. This is not correct. So why there are notes? They provide information necessary to understand the financial statements, and that's why I keep on saying notes are an integral part of your financial statement. They amplify the contents of financial statements. They explain it. They elaborate it. That's why C is the right answer. The type of audit opinion that is preferred, the one that is cleanest. And which one is the cleanest one? The unqualified one. As clean as an opinion can be. C. The auditor determines that the company's financial statements are prepared in accordance with the applicable accounting standards, except with respect to inventory valuation. This exception is most likely to result in an audit opinion that is not adverse, rather qualified. Some explanatory paragraph to be given by the auditor explaining his reason of disagreement with the management. B. An independent audit report is most likely to provide what? An independent audit report cannot provide you absolute assurance. Absolute assurance is an impossibility. Why? Because audit can never be 100%. Since the audit can never be 100%, hence there is no absolute assurance. And why audit cannot be 100%? Because audit is done on selected sample transactions. We cannot audit every piece of document. 7 or 8 people cannot trace through bundles of transactions that have taken place over the last 1 year. This is an impossibility. Since we cannot conduct 100% audit, absolute assurance is an impossibility. Wrong. An independent audit report is most likely to provide reasonable assurance that the financial statements are fairly presented. Since our work is test-based, we do not extensively check every transaction, so we cannot provide absolute assurance. Yes, we can provide reasonable assurance that the financial statements are fairly presented. A qualified opinion with respect to transparency of financial statement. If the financial statement are true and fair view, why will you qualify qualified opinion? This is not the right approach. So it's most likely to provide a reasonable assurance that the financial statements give true and fair view. Interim financial reports released by a company are most likely to be, period doesn't matter. Interim reports are unaudited. They are mostly submitted quarterly to the exchanges, and SEC listed companies are required under the law to submit the quarterly results to the exchanges where they are listed as well as to the Securities Exchange Commission. So these are unaudited financial statements submitted quarterly and biannually. So that makes B to be the correct option. Which of the following sources of information used by the analyst is found outside the company's annual report? Auditor report, it is a part of your published financial statements annually. Management discussion and analysis is a part of your internal information contained in the financial statement. Peer companies analysis, this is outside companies' environments. B is the right answer. Ratios are input into which step in the financial statement analysis framework? It's the fourth step. It's the fourth step, not process data. Collect input, that second step. Analyze and interpret process data. That's the fourth step, and that is your right answer. Which phase in the financial statement analysis framework is most likely to involve providing updated reports and recommendations? Updated reports and recommendations. Remember, the first step was state objectives and context. Second was gather data. Third, process the data, adjust it accordingly. Fourth, analyze and interpret the process data. Fifth, report the conclusions and recommendations. And your report is not static, not stagnant. Follow up. So which phase in the financial statement analysis framework is most likely to provide producing updated reports and recommendations? That is follow up. So that makes A to be the correct option, and A it is.